Happy Wednesday, everybody. It is August 9th, 2023, here at PreciseAlgorithmTrading.com. I am going to get rid of that, and we're going to start here at the charts like we normally do. So, the S&P today, another down day. I kind of mentioned this yesterday. I had a feeling that little, here I'm going to zoom in a little bit, but that little dragonfly doji, or stick with a longer tail, sure looked like a fake out to me. So, and that's what it proved to be, because I've just seen enough of them to where, uh, yeah, that happens a lot because people think it's a hammer candlestick. That doesn't mean that we can't get a bounce here pretty quickly. We are at the lower Bollinger Band, which happens to be what that is, and that pink line. Um, I don't talk about it a lot because a lot of times, you're somewhere in the middle and not necessarily up against them. You can see when you get up against them here toward the top, it's a chance to go back down again, even though you had a lot of rattling around up there. And when you're down here at the bottom, see if I can, when you're into the bottom of them and you get a bounce like this, then it can lead to a rally. So, that's not a be-all end-all by itself, like really all these indicators. Um, but since we're up against it, the chances of getting a bounce somewhere in this neighborhood starts to make a lot of sense. And I've been talking about it for the sake of looking for when's a move like this end. So we are all red here on the hourly chart, and I wanted to pull up this because we're down now. The magenta lines here are one average true range. The light blue line is two average true ranges, and usually price can be contained within two average true ranges. You see it's back here, it was contained. Here we got a little up above it. Here it was roughly around two average true ranges before it pulled back. And even here it gets up to 2.5 or almost 3 and pulls back. Now if you go back here on the charts to the downside, it bounced off of the 2 when it got down here and then went lower. And that's that wave structure I talk about. Down 1, up 2, down 3, up 4, down 5. That's that 5 wave structure. So over here, down 1, up 2, down 3, up 4, down 5. I could see this possibly terminating soon. Yeah, and then we'll leave that down there for a minute, and we'll pull up this one. This is the McClellan oscillators, and it doesn't really matter which market I put up at the top. This is the E-mini futures contract of the S&P 500, which is a lot like the SPX we were just looking at. But these are both in now, they're under 60, and this lower one's getting closer to that 200 level. They're in basically reversal territory is really what that boils down to. Reversal back to the upside. You can see they can get way oversold, like over here. Extended, I should say. And extended way up to the upside as well. Well, so you can't take this indicator all by itself either. So you just put these things together into like a bag of evidence, and you're just trying to make a good case of why you'd get into a trade. I would not get into this trade yet. You don't have enough. You don't have green happening on the right hand side. When you start having, we've got some green on price, which is its own thing, but when you start getting green across the board and the true Momo indicator starts to go back up again, we've already got green here and green here on the weekly and the daily. This thing just has to get to the point where it's really, bound to go back up again. Let's look at the Dow. So everything was down pretty hard today, but not terrible. 0.5% is not terrible. Similar move on the Dow. a lot of back and forth on the hourly chart over here. Still green on the daily and the weekly. And, well, let's look at this one while we got it. And we're sitting pretty much right at a potential support area, or the mean, which is right in the middle of the two magenta lines. So, again, could we get a bounce down here into this zone? Sure. And maybe it's even likely. Well, while we're here, let's pull up /CL for oil. We're up at the top of this zone. You know, we've actually hit this target that I drew in a while back here, and that would be today. So after, I mean, I literally drew it on here back, I think, roughly around 7:13, and now it's 8:09, and we've hit it. We didn't hit it up till then, so it's technically also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days late. So, but that's all right, no problem. It's just, these are neat little tricks that you can find along the way. So oil is up again for a day, gapped higher. You know, I am looking for a pullback to get in. If I never get it, I never get it. So flip back here to the, we looked at the Dow. Let's look at the Russell, which is down 0.86% today. So it's against its lower Bollinger Band as well. It looks oversold on the True Momo indicator. Stay tuned. The NASDAQ, similar kind of a thing. Alright, I'm going to flip over to stockcharts.com and let's check out the bullish percent indexes. The Dow, unchanged. The NYA, down by 1.11%, and it has 0.59 to go before we flip into a column of O's. I'm going to tell you, I think that's going to happen tomorrow, and then we potentially could rally off of that. I've explored that before and talked to you guys. You know, as soon as something flips into what looks like a really definite signal, that's when things go the other way. So the NASDAQ here is down 1.55%. The SPX down 0.58%. The OEX down 1.52%. And the NDX is pushing right against that blue line. So at 51 even, down 1.92%. Last but not least, our automated trading systems, I should say, there's 3 of them here. The Russell didn't move. This is a trade from the other day, and I just put this on here just to show you that's the last time it traded was on the 7th. It was a winner, but it's had a lot of losers in a row there. This is the YM, and we got a nice bounce here in the last few days. These are the trades that made that up, and we got a lot of nice winners here finally for a little while. And really, this needs to fill in that whole gap and get up above these green dots for our equity. These are our equity curves, by the way. This is what we actually make after the trades fire and finish. So, and this is from 2/8 through 8/9 of 2023. And on the weekend, I'll pull up a year's worth of data, unless I have more technological problems than I've been having. So, and then here's the NASDAQ for that same period, and it's really just moving around a little bit right now, but you know, mostly winners here lately. We had a few trades today. We have pretty much what I just circled there. And that's after having a run of losses. So at the end of the day, you're just trying to have a upward sloping equity curve. And with that, I'll leave you for tonight. Hope everybody has a great night.